Bing, bing, bong. Episode 23. We putting up Jordan numbers in this bitch. Keeping it moving. As always, welcome to your favorite sneakerhead's favorite sneaker show. This is the Kickback. I'm your host. I go by the name of snkrINC. To my right, my boy Dano, editor extraordinaire, rocking the green sweatpants tonight. We came correct. Black top, green bottoms, you feel me? It was not coordinated. We are just on the same wavelength. That's how we get down.
I didn't even notice that until right now. What the
Nigga,
fuck?
I just said that like 5 minutes ago.
The whole army squad.
Yeah. When you were talking about them wearing red, I was
why
like,
couldn't you be wearing red and white shoes? That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
To the left, very far left, my man John Colombo, director extraordinaire, gold chain wearing, sunglasses inside, at night, daytime, it don't matter. My man stays fly.
That's what we got.
Yeah.
This is the red squad.
They stay fly, you know. He might, for the first time, though, I think he might be like out fly.
I think so.
This rarely happens.
Man, but
you just got like.
I think I just got out swag.
You got level.
Nah, I thought I kind of did too, but then when I seen your chain, I was like, I gotta put my chain back in. He got that Chanel chain right there, man. He got that Chanel
Look at all them, you shining.
Man.
That's why he got that big guy with that Hurricane is his name.
That's my
That's why he's standing right.
I know Hurricane. We done partied at the factory before. Big guys unite, you feel me? Over 6 foot club in this bitch. Where y'all at? That's what I thought.
Down here.
Way down here.
And the voice you hear and the face you may see is owned by a man. He goes by the name of Ali Norwood.
Ali St. Q.
Ali St. Q. See, I'm trying to get my facts straight. I got my little briefing.
They
put it on the screen and they fucked up. Don't blame it on the black guy, blame it on the producers. Bing, 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 bing.
Jack, we have to change that real quick.
I apologize, Ali St. Q.
Yeah, it's all good.
Thank you for joining us. He is a producer at MTV and also the founder of Norwood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, I got some shit right. You feel me?
Good.
You know what I mean? I'm not out here trying to disrespect.
Not at all.
I'm just trying to, you know.
This is probably my fault because I had him on the board for so long, and I just had it as Ali Norwood, like just as a reminder, like what
who he was or where he was from.
That's how it goes, though, right? It's like everybody's
Absolutely.
the brand. They just put their brand
You
name.
get associated with like Bobby Hundreds and fucking
Bobby
like,
Hundreds.
Yep, straight
so
up.
It's all good. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
So for the people that are listening on Dash Radio and the people that are viewing this right now, please let them know who you are, your background a little bit, and what you do.
My name is Ali St. Q. I was born in Paris, France. Moved to LA when I was about 4 or 5, and just basically a fashion designer. Got caught up in the whole TV thing. My older brothers work in TV, so I started producing TV with them. But always did the design thing. That was my main passion. That's what drove me to, you know, be who I want to be and all those things. So I just got caught up in that. I had a pretty big brand in the past, and it was going really well. And then I kind of had like this funky knee injury, which kind of caused me to not do it anymore.
Yeah.
But it kind of had to happen for me to get better at my craft.
Absolutely.
Learn more things, figure out, you know, which direction to go to and stuff like that. So while I was doing that, producing TV, I was still designing for a lot of other people, a lot of other brands, a lot of artists, stuff like that. And then recently I came out with my new brand, Norwood. It's about like 7 months,
Oh, still an infant.
Yeah,
still
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Your whole story is even just like right off the rip, like three words in, like you're already more fly than me, right?
Nah.
I was born in Paris, LA, designer.
Thanks to my parents.
I'm tripping in diamonds.
Man, that's because when I woke up one day and I just turned on MTV and I saw More Money, More Problems, and I was just like, I want to be that.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that's the first time I seen a red jumpsuit, a different color, and white hat. I was just like, what is that? I want that.
He was intrigued.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm fat and I'm from New York, so we already kind of.
There's that connection right there.
We got this whole thing going.
Man, so you say your brothers were doing production, and that's how you kind of got in the game?
Yeah, and that's how I met Hurricane too. Yeah.
Okay, word. How did that, like, when you said, because I look at your bio and all that, I see producer on MTV. What are some of the shows you've been involved with, or what is like, how does that actually work?
Yeah. So I started off on all those dating shows, Next, Date My Mom, Parental Control.
That shit got me through high school.
Date
My
Mom?
Yeah, you don't remember that shit?
Dude, that
And I'm
totally
just-
happened.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it real. I was on those shows too, before people dig all this shit up. Yeah, I was on those shows too.
Damn, Chad.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Jack, can we get a fact check on this?
So I was actually doing that because my boy Jason, he was doing all these casting calls and all this stuff, and then he's like, we should be on TV.
Hell yeah.
And then we started doing that, and then my brother actually he got on Andy Milonakis show.
Yep.
That was the first show that he did, And then from there, he just kept moving up. And then we started doing the whole Deer Deck stuff with Hurricane and all that stuff.
That's crazy.
And then now my brother, he's the executive producer of $1 Million Listing on Bravo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dope, dude.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah, you done got outshined, man. Like
Totally shit on my
just like
go
took the
home,
wind out of
tail
his
between the
sails
legs.
right there. Just that's crazy.
Let's keep this going. Hurricane, can you come here for a second? Can you stand right here, please? Let's just keep this here for the listeners. Hurricane is towering over everything that we have around here. Hurricane, can you stand right here, please? And then we cut to the middle shot. And you see what's going on here. Hurricane is towering over me.
Does he even fit in the wide?
That's what I wondered. I don't even know.
There's no way. No, but I think
He's
what we're
security
trying to
by
get across
default.
were-
Yeah, you were like, you were designed
Hurricane,
for
that's not
that.
to put you on blast, but you've been mentioned 3 times already on the episode, so I figured let's just
Oh,
give you
yeah.
some love.
He loves it. He loves it.
No, that's great. Yeah, I don't feel like there is no other position that was created for you. Like you were designed to be bodyguard, like straight up by default.
That's what he is. Yeah.
Word. So how did the idea for your line come about? You said it's about 7 months in now?
Yeah, well, I've been wanting to create something for a while, but I feel like fashion right now is just a quick out. You know what I mean?
Yep, flash in the pan.
I was kind of waiting for the right time, and in that process, though, I was making so many samples, and like, you know, Peter Benedicto. You know, he calls me the sample king because I'm always making so many samples. And I hit up Peter, I got this new brand. Let me meet you up. He's like, yeah, this is dope. And then I hit him up next week. Yo, I got a new brand. Like, I'm just a creative, dude. I just love to create all the time.
I noticed you didn't say what the other brand was that you had going.
Caravaggio.
Caravaggio.
Yeah, way before Virgil Abloh. Yeah, just if I could say that.
Okay, you can say whatever you want on this
Yeah,
play.
so,
This is the place for that.
Yeah. So it was called Caravaggio, and that was my first thing. That was like, I was doing crazy things with that. Like people nowadays, like you get somebody to wear your stuff and it's on Instagram and it's really cool. Man, I was doing that way before, but there was no Instagram. You know, I was lining up to go to concerts just with bags, trying to get these artists my things, and girls would be like, what are you doing? This isn't the mall. Like, why do you have these bags? And I'll be like, man, I'm here to get this stuff on this artist. We were doing all these drops and all this stuff, and it's kind of weird is, you know, Big Sean always has this story about how he snuck into the studio and, you know, wrapped up with Ye and all that stuff, but Big Sean kind of did the same thing for me. And he don't even know it. I mean, he was at this concert, and I did work for MTV, but I totally made it up. His manager was Mike Brinks at the time. And I was like, Mike, I'm with MTV. I'm here to interview Big Sean. He's like, no interviews. I'm like, man, you're in Irvine. Like, nobody's going to interview you here. I'm MTV. Let me interview you.
Right.
I don't know how. I just kept bugging him.
Finessed it, yeah.
Finessed him. I was like, come on, man, I'm MTV, you know? And we got in this trailer, and Big Sean was in there, and then I was just like, look, man, I got these sunglasses. I was like, this isn't about MTV right now. This is about a bigger thing, you know? And he's like, what is it? And he's like, oh, I fuck with this and that. And then he actually gave me a POW chain too. He had a green POW chain. He actually gave it to me too. And Big Sean started repping it, and that just started opening up the doors for that brand. I was just getting drops with all these people.
That's crazy that he was willing to like even listen to your pitch.
He respected
You're like,
the
so
hustle.
I lied.
Yeah.
I
But
did,
be
but
cool, be cool.
I gave him the business though. I was like, same thing you did for Kanye did for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, he respected the hustle, like he knew where you were coming from.
Oh, yeah, man. Big Sean, A$AP Rocky is two of the coolest people I've ever met. They're not like, yo, just give me the stuff, I'll get a picture, you're out. Like, you know, Rakim
Now I'll
was
give
like,
it to my boy.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Like, Rakim is like, yo, sit down, where are you from? Like, tell me, what's up? Like, what is this about? He was really cool. And then also, like, J Balvin, we've been working with him lately. He's like a very humble guy, too, you know?
Damn, that's
very
incredible,
cool,
man.
I heard he has a song on the radio.
Yeah,
I think
I heard it's pretty big, yeah.
I think it might do well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I wish him
man.
the best.
I think Jay-Z's
I wish him the best. No, man, that's dope, man. I love hearing stories like that because it seems like it was all it was all destined, you know, but it wasn't just like something that fell in your lap. You hustle for it, you put yourself in the right position
man,
to
and still, I mean, every day, you know what I mean? It's just all kinds of hurdles and different problems every
course.
day. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn. Well, that's dope, man. I'm glad we got a little bit of background about you. I apologize that I misnamed you earlier, but
I'm trying to get my brand out. I mean,
that's
wearing
what
it.
you know. What? Actually, I don't apologize. That's what I was doing. Go support Norwood. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, sons of bitches. Oh man. Did you get a chance to go to ComplexCon this weekend?
I did.
What were your Did you go last year to the first one? Okay.
I did.
So we all collectively, we all
years.
went both years. What was your impression of ComplexCon 2017?
I've been waiting for this shit.
It's just like a popularity contest. You know,
say it.
I like that. Yeah.
I
way to
think
I think you said the
I said the
exact same
exact
thing in the
same
car.
thing.
yeah.
I felt like I was
you
back in high
you-
school.
You can't sit
I
with
was
us.
like, oh, okay.
Basically.
know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, for me, I'm older now, but I'm always for the youth.
Yeah.
You know, and for me to be like, you know, I think it's $7,000 or something to get a 10 by 10. But if you're not this big brand, they're gonna put you at the end of the bathroom and
Yep.
nobody knows you.
You're not gonna get any play.
You're not gonna
yeah.
get any play, and these big brands aren't paying anything. They're Complex needs
Exactly.
them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just a popularity contest and a better way for these people to make more money on drops and shoes and this and that.
Yeah.
You know, so it is cool, but I feel like they can incorporate something to make the not so bigger brands a little bit bigger, make something more pop. Remember Magic back in the day, like Campground? Like people didn't mess with it too much, but that was basically Agenda. What Agenda is now was Campground.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it was cool, but it was kind of weird. I don't know.
It was
Last
very
year
weird.
was fun as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
but in a different way. Like, I think it was fun because it was brand new. It was changing the face of trade show. In
Yeah.
a sense. And even though it doesn't serve the same purpose as trade show.
Yeah.
But then again, like right now, like the people are the ones that are dictating what is hot versus the way that it used to be, which is
Yeah.
that the retailers and the brands were the ones that were dictating what's hot. This is
Right.
what's on the shelf. This is what your fucking options are.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like, it's kind of, the whole thing is flipped. So
Yeah.
people are getting to dictate what they're fucking with. And that is also going to now tell whether you want to continue working on that particular style or collection or not.
Yeah.
And move maybe, you know, you notice like, damn, everyone fucked with this shit super
Yeah.
hard. Like we sold out of those. We have to
Exactly.
make more of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's kind of like the new way of the scale of things. That shit was dope. And last year was just so fun because everyone was around and it was
Yeah.
just like,
It was
we're
new.
ju-
Everybody
it was
was
brand
like,
new.
It was way more
yeah.
fun last
we
time.
just like, we ran around like fucking chickens with our heads cut off.
Man,
Like
we-
just meeting everybody up or saying what up, da da
Yeah,
da.
we
But you know
stuck
what? I
into
feel like we
everything.
saw everyone last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I ran into all of the people that were there. I didn't go to an event 2 days in a row
Yeah.
and have FOMO on Instagram that I didn't run into this person and that homie and this one and that one and like I saw you for a fucking millisecond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
went
those
with you
whole
and I
booths that
spent
I
10
didn't
minutes
see.
with you.
Well, not
Right.
having service too. Like I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
yo, meet me
Don't get
here,
him
this
started
and
on
that. Nothing happens. Also, it's like an Instagram nightmare. All these people you see on Instagram, and then you
Yep.
see them in real life,
Yep.
and they just call you by your Instagram name.
Yep.
Like, yo, I know you, blah blah blah.
Man,
X Sweetie
and
69.
then you see so many of these.
Something, you know what I mean?
It was so many. I hate to say it, but everybody knows it's true. There's so many Instagram models that you see.
Yeah.
When you see them in real life, you're like, God damn, like how?
I almost wish I didn't
What-
go to
like,
this.
why? Yeah, like it ruins the whole like allure of like.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
but
you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're
Yeah.
not that tight.
Yeah.
Like what happened?
But
You
that's
can't
how it is.
filter your
though.
real life. Like
That's how it is, though. I'm not gonna say which one, but I used to work with a certain Kardashian as well, and she's nothing like what she is.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
you know, everybody knows that, obviously.
Right,
But
yeah.
but to your point, yeah, like all these people on IG in real life, they're just like, what? That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
exactly. I think my discrepancy with, and this is coming from a place, and I think all of us fall in this category of people that are very fortunate to be able to go to events like this
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a
yeah.
regular basis. So, you know, we get access to ComplexCon, Agenda, Magic, all these other events
Yeah.
that happen in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So my view is a little bit biased, a little bit skewed, but for one, like, I appreciate that they like sold VIP tickets and did their best to make sure that the people that purchased VIP were able to be like
Yeah.
in line to get the things they wanted. They didn't get real special treatment, but I did notice that they weren't letting like influencers or brand owners like cut the
Yeah,
line
yeah,
and go
yeah.
in to like do these things. There was so many fucking people.
Oh yeah.
And I understand it's a cash grab for them. All these brands want to make money and all that, but there needs to be some sort of
Limit.
Cut off.
cap
Yeah.
because security could not contain these motherfuckers in line. It was just a game of lines. Like, you're literally walking through the area, maneuvering around lines for this booth, Nike, Puma, like Union.
Nike
like,
was
it's
that
just-
thing in the middle, that big.
Yeah, the
I
big
couldn't-
Air
that
Force
was
One
just
shit.
Go near that.
That just frustrated
And
me.
I'll
Every
say,
time I
like-
saw that, I was like,
Right,
that-
day one when I walked in, I ran into Eric Costin right at the top of the
word.
stairs, and that's a
OG.
homie of mine.
Oh, word?
So I was like, yeah, let's go down to Nike, whatever, because he was going down to see a friend, Sean Malta, who was creating Air Force Ones with DJ Clark Kent. So I was like, cool, let's go in. And I knew, I was like, this is going to be the only thing that I will have access to this easily today.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that, but it was just the thought like running through my mind of like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to see, get close to, do anything that I really wanna do.
Actually experience.
Experience.
Yeah, and you'll see it and be like, oh, I wish I could have done that.
Right.
Yeah,
For the most part.
I
you
was
know what I
looking on IG and I was like, where was this? I didn't see this.
Exactly.
totally.
Yo,
Exactly.
so many times.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
Right.
Like you said,
It was-
he went for 2 days, still had serious FOMO.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
I was like,
ridiculous.
where was this golden car? Or like, you know what I'm talking about? That,
Nope.
that
I have no
BMW?
idea.
Nope. I didn't see the Atlanta boots. I wanted to see that.
I did see that.
Where was
I-
that?
That was
I
by
found
the
that. I
yeah,
found
that was
that
back
on,
by
like,
the
a-
stage,
I
like
found that.
right next to concierge.
Yeah.
I got the little boomerang.
The
thing.
boomerang?
Oh,
Yeah.
did you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking for that. Yeah.
It's just, I
It
mean,
was by the Fool's Gold had some shit, which like I didn't even realize till
Oh,
the end of
really?
it. I guess A-Track was there the whole
the
day
whole
before.
day, yeah.
yeah.
Of course, I would have got some vinyl signed or some shit. And
Oh, word.
Yeah, it was just like that and then Diamond, just because like those two things I have associations with. I was able to get close enough to like say hello to people I know and like chop it up. But that and then the fact that it was such a cash grab that if I was at the top of the food chain, I was able to do something like this, I would have at least one panel discussion of how to help young entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah. For
They have
sure.
panel discussions and they talk about like, what was your favorite shoe of the year and all this, but there's nothing to actually help the next generation propel.
Yeah.
Everybody's just trying to take money from the consumers
Yeah.
and keep them as the 99% and the 1%ers stay over here.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that they should have done something to encourage the youth to become a part of
that.
this,
Yeah.
not just be a
And do we
patron.
even have access to do that with our bands?
no,
Was that a
we
separate
got,
whole
we just had the
wristband?
regular.
Yeah, I just had a
Yeah,
regular
that's a
Saturday
whole
shit
package.
too.
Now,
So even
now
if I
I
wanted
did
to go watch
finesse
one.
in 2 hours early each day. Like the first day, I just kind of, there was like an older black woman
Yeah, she
working
was
like the
really
Nike
sweet.
door, and I just kind of like walked up, and she was like, "Yeah, this is not for you. This is Nike. You got to go over there." And I was just like, I
Straight
just
puppy
kind of
dog.
gave her some shit. And I
You
don't know
puppy
why
dogged
she
her,
took
dude.
pity on me and was like, "Ugh, "Come on," and like just
Wow.
let me and him walk in.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, you both are harmless, whatever.
Second day,
Yeah.
I tried that shit on her again. I
Same
saw
woman?
her and I was
Same
like,
one.
"Oh, I'm money."
Yeah.
And I went there and she was just like, "We did this yesterday,
Oh.
not today."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "God damn it."
Damn,
So-
she old black lady you.
Yeah,
That
she
was
old
like-
black lady me hard, and I was just like.
Last year we finessed everything, even to the concert.
But last year I walked in the back door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all did.
We all walked in the
with
back
like
door.
camera
That's
shit.
right, yeah.
We had like tripods.
Yeah.
and shit.
Exactly, but this year, I was waiting on Pine Avenue by Joe's Crab Shack to get in. Like, I
Yeah,
couldn't
right.
finesse nothing.
I went in the back. This on day 2, I went in. Shout out to Shoe Wolf.
Oh, man.
This time I went around back by the food trucks and
Oh,
like
okay.
slid in through the back over there, and I said some shit like, "Yeah, I'm here. We're doing this." I had a bunch of jewelry and shit on. I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this NERD food collab thing," and just said some shit, and they were just like, "All right, yeah, come on."
Hell
And
yeah.
I just walked the fuck in, which was cool. I had a band,
Right.
but not the right one, like the one that let you in at 11, not the one that let you in at 9.
Yeah.
And it was cool because like I walked in and I was like, "Oh man, today I'm gonna be good." Like I walked in and I was the first person standing at the Murakami thing,
Oh,
like
word.
just empty, and I was like, "Wow, I might literally just be able to just walk the fuck up in here and be like, yeah, let me get one of those," and then let the big pom pom sign my
Everybody
shit, and then
is
I walk
just-
the fuck out.
like extra at ComplexCon.
But they did
So extra.
they did the thing
Yeah.
that Steven said, which is that only if you had a VIP event, like it didn't matter that I was there early.
Right.
I had zero juice once I walked in.
Right.
So
Oh, man.
it was cool because I got to walk around and be the only fucking person in the trade show. But I couldn't
Your
do
access
anything
was limited.
until
Access
11.
was limited.
Yeah.
And then at that time, it's fucked.
Right,
It was
exactly.
Line Fest. Like Danny said, he was like, "This."
It was
it's
Line Fest.
Line Fest.
We were joking all week that if you just stood somewhere for a second, you would accidentally become
part of a line.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Just
No.
like,
Yeah.
what are we in line for? Wait, no, I don't
Exactly.
need to be here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone would be like, maybe we're talking to somebody, and someone would be like, "Yo, can you move up?" I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker." You move
Yeah.
up. And he'd be like, "Nah, brother, you're in line." I'm like, "What? For what?"
And there's also like a lot of like, you know what's weird? Like if you see somebody like, you go to ComplexCon and you see somebody dressed the same shoes as you, the same band T-shirt nowadays, whatever. You know, you guys should probably be cool. You guys are probably similar, but your first reaction is to like dirty looks.
Hate 'em, yeah.
Why are you wearing that?
We count day one. We
I was
counted
like, what's up with
17
this?
Supreme Louis Vuitton hoodies,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like,
Damn.
I get it, but it's just like nobody is original anymore, and this ComplexCon is a testament to that. Like, everybody wants either to be a part of the same thing, which I respect. It is a culture, a subculture, and we all want to be a part of it. That's why we were
Yeah.
there. But to your point, like, we are all one. We are all a part of this
Yeah.
culture. Why are we so salty to one another?
yeah.
And then you include the like waiting in line and the frustration and then the arguments and then the fights. Like
yeah.
it just escalates and
Yeah.
it tears us apart more
Oh,
than it brings
yeah.
us
I got in a
together.
fight. I didn't get in a fight, but I had like, I gave someone a hard elbow in the
In the
fucking
undefeated
ribs.
line?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
get the fuck off. Like, you're not
Undefeated.
getting
Yeah,
by
yeah.
me right now.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't happening. I hadn't been in a street, like, line situation like that in fucking years. I
Yeah.
don't do lines
Yeah.
anymore, but I was, like, taken back to that. And it was like, what the fuck? And then 2 minutes later, I'm like, dude, sorry, dude. And he was like, this
Yeah.
nice French guy. He's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. And I was
Yeah.
like, tensions are high. Tensions are high.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
saw it
right
I
now.
saw it.
Yeah.
I walked by that,
It was
that
fucked,
undefeated
dude.
line, and I couldn't see Danny anymore. And it was just like this whole shit popping off, like right in the middle of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where was Hurricane? That's all I got to say.
Where was Hurricane? when we
Where
needed
was
It
him?
was
Hurricane.
working this
It was
year.
it was going crazy, and
Last
I
week-
texted him. I was like, "You okay?" Because this shit was just like
Yeah.
brawl in the middle, and I couldn't even see him anymore. I was like, "Great, this is like."
Yeah, I got a
now
homie
now
that
I'm
was
getting thrown out.
We met up. I got a
I
homie that
stayed
was
there.
like working the front of
Yeah,
the
your buddy,
undefeated
yeah.
line, yeah, and he was like, he
He
was
was the
like,
one that
he
shut
said
it
he
down.
had to, he hit somebody and he saw his soul leave his body as he fell back. I was like, yo,
He's like, I had to take his soul.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not enough security for that stuff. So
No,
I
no.
just I appreciate the effort and what ComplexCon is and what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But there definitely needs, for year 3, there needs to be some
Wi-Fi.
like Wi-Fi needs to be way better.
Way better.
I will say this: day two, they updated.
Was it
So not
better?
even next year.
Mm-hmm.
Day 2, they upped their game, security wise,
Oh yeah, because they
and like you were there day 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So all that, were you there day 1?
yeah.
Okay, so on day 2, all that, the metal gates and all that shit that they brought in to build out for the undefeated line. So like where you were just standing,
Yeah.
like now there was like
they made like a.
It was crazy.
the whole little
They
gate
fixed
thing,
it.
and then people standing at the front of it, and that whole shit to like
Yeah.
I understand why they didn't want to do that, but I think with something like this,
they had to, but
have
it did cut off the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like if you were by round 2, you couldn't get to where the Nike booth was unless you walked
That's what
around
I'm saying.
the pillow
Right?
mountain.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
instead of just
Oh,
right there.
that's a serious walk. Around the pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kept going like in the big circle. I'd always end
Pretty
up by
much.
the rocket booth for some reason. Always.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We made an effort to like zigzag and do like a maze through everything just so we could see everything. Cause
Yeah.
you get, when you walk in, like you get stopped every 2 feet because you see somebody you know, you gotta say what up,
Yeah.
then you get pulled in a conversation and then somebody else walks up. So it's difficult, and I know that's like such a terrible like thing to have to deal with. I get it.
Good
but
problems.
Yeah.
but it's just, I don't know. I'm not dogging on ComplexCon because if I was a kid that didn't have access to this stuff
Yeah.
and it
I
was
would fucking
happening
hate
right
us
now, but I would be so fucking thrilled to go to something like ComplexCon.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that when we were coming up.
No,
So
for
it
sure.
makes sense that, and I don't think that we would have been ready for it
Yeah.
at that time, you know, based on technology and the things that are happening now. Like
Yeah.
it's easily accessible. So I appreciate it and I get like why everybody was so hyped, but I just, you know, next year I would like to see a little bit more tame and
Yeah.
under like control, I guess. But
Bring some originality with your fits, kids. You
And
know?
that
Try not to
too,
be-
man.
I
like
knew
that.
it was gonna be off-white checkerboard
that's why I-
fest.
Yeah.
No one
knew
was
it.
wearing what I
Yeah.
was wearing.
Upscale
Yeah.
Vandal looked very unique.
The first day,
Yeah, first day.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I was like,
first
yo,
Yeah.
is that upscale? Yeah,
it
he
was
looked
like
crazy.
a Chanel.
I think I'm the only
Yeah.
person that has now a jacket from Retina, and I'm mad about it.
Oh man.
He like hit the back. I seen him when we were bullshitting. My boy Eddie was with him. He said, "Oh, Eddie, what's good?" Blah blah blah. Talked to him for a second. I was like, "Yo, you want to blast the back of my jacket?" He was like, "Let's do it. All right, grab me a can." Blah blah blah. And I.
The Adidas jacket?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
The next day I wore this like vintage like German raindrop army jacket,
Yeah.
and then like some all over print Fendi pants.
Okay.
And he hits the back of my jacket, and it wasn't like ill. Like I thought he was gonna hit me up with like one of the X's with the circles and the lines and shit. He
Yeah.
just did like his tag and tried to make it fit, and then came off and sprayed blue spray paint onto the ass of my Fendi pants.
Oh man.
Oh, you
Like,
didn't
it looks
take the
like
jacket off?
That's what I said. I was like, "Can you take it off?" And he was like, "Nah,
Man.
wear it." And I was like, "This is Retina. Like he's got can control out.
Of
the
course.
ass. He's
Yeah.
got this."
Yeah, of course.
No.
Can't control.
No, now it looks like I shit a Smurf out or something.
Oh,
It's fucked up.
Oh man.
So thanks, Retina, I guess.
Somewhere right. That's great. Well, you got a
Damn.
101 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Pants are 101 too.
Yeah,
exactly.
pants are one and done.
Yeah.
One and done. Yeah.
You know, fuck it. I'm gonna wear them next week.
Nah, man. Let's meet
Did
up
y'all
with
get a chance to check out any of the shows, either day one or day two?
Negative.
the panels or whatever.
No, like the concerts.
Oh no, I didn't even. Nah, man. I didn't. Even,
Pharrell
Again, separate thing.
and NERD pulled the biggest
yeah.
finesse of 2017.
really?
What?
They didn't perform not one hit. They just had a listening party for their whole new album.
That's what it was.
Which,
Yeah.
that's all it was. Which, you know, we were the first to hear it, yada, yada, whoop-de-woo. But everybody that went to that NERD show wanted to fucking hear some NERD
Yeah.
hits. Like, that's not why we were there. And they played the entire new album. They had some fucking dancers and, like, all Adidas, like, camo shit. And, like, it was cool, but it was, like, like, you look in the crowd, everybody was standing still. Nobody was rocking with it. Nobody knew any of the words. Like, we were
Did you
just
say when
standing
the Migos
around.
was there?
Inside,
No,
right?
that was, they did it day two. I didn't go to day two.
Okay, because I saw a moment on somebody's like story, and it was Pharrell
Pharrell
like
up there
defending the Migos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was day two.
What happened?
The Migos just came out or whatever, and they just came out of
people
nowhere.
booing them?
Nah, but people didn't know it was a show. People were just walking around. It took like a while to realize,
Yeah.
oh, we're about to do a concert.
Cause it was
real
the day
quick.
show. It wasn't at night
Yeah,
when
it
like
was
Young
just
Thug and all
inside.
that.
Oh, okay, because I seen like Pharrell being like,
Yeah, he's like, "You're
yeah,
not
like
down
y'all,
with
this is the
Mi-
Migos.
this the
Like, why are you
Migos."
not like you guys buy their
Yeah.
albums? Why don't you
But
fucking show them some love?
Uzi
Like,
Vert was on right before that.
Oh, shit.
And then then Pharrell came out and stuff. Yeah.
well,
Yeah. I was actually with Sneaker Steve when that happened.
Hey, shout out to the homie Sneaker Steve.
Sneaker
Shout out
Steve.
Sneaker Steve.
That guy's
Hell yeah.
everywhere, man.
He really
He's,
is.
he's a ninja, man. He's just
Straight up.
everywhere. Yeah.
He wasn't a ninja on day one though. He had that orange shirt on. You couldn't miss
He
him
did.
at all.
Yeah.
That shit was hard, but I was like,
Yeah.
yep, there's Steve.
Yeah, you could see him through like a sliver, like through a crowd of people.
Yeah.
You'd be like, there he is.
Sneaker Steve,
Man.
the OG.
Well, yeah. ComplexCon, you know,
That was that.
2017. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't want to sound like a bitter old head, but
Tell me
You
how
know.
it was next year.
you going? Don't front.
We all going.
We all going.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what happened to Leangelo Ball in China?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know the
that's-
details though.
Oh man.
What'd he
So we don't know exactly what it was that he stole, but UCLA freshman, for those of you listening or watching that don't know the story, UCLA freshman Leangelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill were arrested on Tuesday for shoplifting from a Louis Vuitton store in China. The three players were seen taken away from the hotel in a police vehicle on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, they were reportedly released on bail. The three players cannot leave their hotel room until the end of the legal process, which could last weeks or even months.
At least they're in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're out there playing a game, or supposed to be playing a game. Those three obviously can't play now, but they're just held basically hostage in the hotel room until further details come out about the story. And
Could be a lot worse.
It could, but I don't know.
It could
like,
go south though. Still,
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
saying.
It's a different
like,
country. Who
it's
knows
another country, and
the
you don't know what
consequence
they're
is.
exactly.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
surprised that they're out on bail.
it's a fucked up country to actually be in that situation.
Yeah.
Right. Now the thing is, like I said, it could be days, weeks, or months before there's like the conclusion to this. So they will be stuck there. Like even when the players travel back to the States, they won't
Yeah.
get to leave unless this is handled before time.
Y'all ever see Locked Up Abroad?
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
It's an episode.
You think
right?
that's what?
I guarantee you at least 30 days minimum. That
Oh, yeah.
That's
they're
what I
gonna
was
be
thinking.
dealing with
Just
this.
stuck there,
But
like
they could do time, or they might. I heard this. They might actually make them stay there and make them play for one of their teams.
Yo,
Oh,
we about to get a China sector, a big baller brand.
yeah. Well, they did a pop-up shop. That's why they were there as
That's
well.
what. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were there as well. Because LeVar said something like, no, it's for the
Next door to Louis.
Yeah, it's like it was for the show or something, or I don't know what LeVar was saying. I don't know.
Don't nobody know
You're
what
saying
that.
they were doing this shit.
Yeah,
For
LeVar.
drama on
I
the
heard
show?
for drama on the
Hello.
show or something like
we
that.
just got
Hello.
the producer like mind to
mentality.
this. Like, okay,
Yeah.
That's
that
what I
makes
heard,
sense.
something like that. But if they did it, I don't. You know, if he really did it, man. I mean, like, he drives a Ferrari.
See, my thing is, well,
His brother's
yeah,
on the Lakers. If
right.
he really did steal, then that's just a habit that he.
That's
may
what I was just
have.
about to say. Like,
you know?
you don't like if you're just like a small time crook, like a little like petty thief. You're not stealing from Louis V.
Yeah.
Like if this is
no,
something
gotta
you
be
do,
serious
you
if
gotta
this
have
is
some
yeah,
guts
like
to steal some.
if this is something you do on the regs, like you know you can get away with it. And I
Yeah.
don't know if he was the Red Hand Bandit or whatever, like, or if it was the homies that were doing it, he was just affiliated with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is not like easy fucking boost. Like this is something that y'all are used to doing, and
Y'all
that
want-
could come into play with, you know, the verdict of whatever they
Yeah.
decide to do with them too.
If you want to laugh though, just look up the hashtag Free Jello.
Oh
This
no.
shit is hilarious.
Oh
man.
no.
I sent Hurricane some shit in the morning. It was so funny, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh, it's so
Yeah, I
funny,
gotta
man.
look into that.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, and this is my like just conspiracy theorist mind. Trump is in China this week too, so I don't know like
man.
what type of like.
He's far away. No wonder I've been feeling better.
Feel good.
Oh, good. He's been in China. Oh, good.
I don't
actually
know
haven't
what type
thought
of
about
like
him in like 3 days.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
even better, man.
bargaining chips he could be trying to use on this or whatever. I don't know. Like I don't know if Leangelo's a big enough like on his
We're
radar.
gonna let the guy on
like-
the left go.
I mean, he could. He light skinned enough. He
That's
might
what I'm
like the other two look like they from Pretty Ricky or some shit. Like he might be able to. He might be able to get off. Nah, but I mean, shit. I wish him well, but that like
shit.
I personally would not want to have to deal with like overseas, like you know
Yeah.
whatever type
Hell
of
no.
facilities
Yeah.
facilities
I'm
they
not
have.
fucking around
and,
when I
like,
go overseas.
Yeah, the dude from the
Not at all.
Olympics. What is that? What, Ryan Lochte?
Oh, the white
Yeah.
guy, yeah, the swimmer dude
the
or whatever.
swimmer dude. They
yeah,
got into some shit too, right?
yeah, that was
Yeah,
what
that was-
Brazil.
Yeah. Brazil.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
and he
kind
knew
of.
he did something fucked up and tried to cover it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it even
Yeah.
worse.
I mean, when you got that white privilege though, you can just sweep some shit under the rug.
Yeah, we don't even know really what happened. We already moved
See,
on.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, he paid somebody off, and he's good. Oh man, no, but hopefully, I wish him well. Like, I mean,
Yeah, he needs
just
to figure
stop
that out.
stealing shit. But you know,
Stop
like,
stealing, boys.
Yeah,
Leading
you
the
got-
team in steals, but not in a good way.
Oh.
can we get the
Jack?
Yeah,
Jack?
where's my thing at? Oh,
Oh,
Man.
good show. Give me a drum roll.
I
Can we
hating on
get-
my joke, man?
It's all for you.
Oh man. Next topic I saw that happened this week, and this just popped up a couple days ago. And it's funny because we were actually talking about this last episode. We were wondering what the next iteration of this would be. Virgil Abloh's Off-White and Nike partnership will continue into 2018. So on our last show, to kind of catch you up to speed, we were thinking Nike would be smart to give him a signature line the way that they kind of misstepped with Kanye. So,
Yeah.
you know, Kanye left Nike because he felt like he didn't have enough control or he didn't have as much input and just overseeing of things that he wanted to as
Yeah.
what he gets with Adidas. And with Virgil being a good friend of Kanye, we think it would be smart for them in 2018 to kind of open up his own line, because nobody has really gotten 10 signature shoes at, not signature, but
Yeah,
10
that whole
shoes
deal.
at
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
And for him to get something like that is pretty unprecedented. But
Yeah.
it seems like they're going to continue with the same theme. So from what I read, it says Nike and Virgil Abloh will be continuing their partnership into the new year with a brand new The 10 collection. So we've yet to see new images of the collection, but the colorways and style codes give us a hint at what to expect. As of now, the 4 silhouettes confirmed to be a part of the collection are the Nike Vapor Max, Nike Air Force 1, Nike Air Max 90, and the Air Presto. So it's following the same silhouettes
same
from
shoes?
basically,
In the same
but
style?
different. So
Black,
these are the
white,
style
black,
codes. I mean,
Black,
yeah.
black?
Why? I mean, so it's following. It seems to be following the same theme. Obviously, these are just color
Oh,
codes.
crimson.
You guys are you guys are the best dudes in sneakers. That's why I'm on the show. What do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Off-White? Honestly.
Sounds like we got.
I'm not trying to go buy any of them. If I was
Yeah.
Nah,
to be able to get a pair easily, I'd rock them, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, there's. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations about this.
Too much
because
hype.
it was such a big thing.
For me.
But yeah,
Yeah.
too much hype. And
Too much hype.
I've had a chance to have a few of them in my
Okay.
hands, and it is interesting. But again, it is just a deconstructed shoe. It's everything that you're trying to hide on a fucking shoe.
Right.
Exposed. All the cheapest parts of the shoe exposed.
Yep.
But I mean, there's a creative style to that.
Yeah, there's an
So-
arrangement of
yeah.
these weird materials.
Right,
That
but,
there's an art in that. They do look amazing in person.
And I think something about seeing something so far from where it normally ends up, where we want it to end up, which is this polished, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
There is some sort of, juxtaposition there
Yeah.
to that makes it different and unique
Yeah.
to some effect. But then at the same time, it is the completely overhyped and all that sort of shit. I have access to quite a few of them. The only one that interests me is the 90. I liked it in person. I had it in hand and it felt really good, and I kind of I liked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's cool. I might grab that.
I think
Yeah.
the Presto looks cool. That black one.
The
that looks
Presto
for
looks
sure.
kind of dope.
It looks
like,
cool.
Yeah.
The Air Jordan 1 is just my favorite shoe, and I just feel like you
Yeah.
can't mess with it. I just, you know what I mean? It's just.
That one actually won Sneaker of the Year this year too. Sneaker
Yeah,
News.
yeah, I heard that.
Footwear News.
Yeah.
Crowned that. My thing with Off-White is kind of to your point. Like it's just too much hype. I respect Virgil Abloh, and I respect the story that they told and all the installations that they did for these shoes. And Off-White is a brand. It's not for me, but I understand why people are so about it.
Yeah.
I just think that there is so many other ways that it could be done, or so many other stories that could be told, instead of just doing the same thing twice.
Yeah.
And kind of to one of my questions, do you think this kind of devalues the whole collection now that they're going to continue to do that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
if she's gonna, I think she just did it at this.
That's
Leave
what
it.
exactly.
It's gonna be super, super limited, and it's gonna. But now if he's gonna
Right.
be like keep on dropping more and more, it's gonna be.
And at least wait to tell
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
For a
It's
little
just he's
bit.
gonna keep
Yeah.
on dropping. I mean, he's like the collab king. I mean, he's just doing a bunch of
Straight
stuff.
up,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And
But
that's
all
why I
that
think
being said about me not wanting, really needing a pair, it's like it still has affected, how I'm seeing the whole,
Yeah.
what do you want to say, the atmosphere of
Yeah.
the sneaker world right now.
I heard something interesting this
noticeable.
weekend. Sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
I heard something interesting this weekend. That there was supposed to be some sort of a giveaway or something for somebody, for a young kid that all he wanted was a pair of the Off-Whites, one of them. And this kind of high-ranking Nike employee, who shall remain nameless, refused to give them to the kid because he knows what it actually means. We're talking about Off-White. We're talking about cocaine, people. This is Virgil couldn't do Pyrex anymore because of that that name, right? So then he switched it to Off-White.
Right.
And that's what the brand is based off of. The people and kids and everybody don't
They
fucking
don't
realize that
know,
shit, but
yeah.
that's what it is.
Right, white lines.
And this dude knows firsthand from Virgil, and that this is what it is. And so he had a hard time putting that product in that kid's hand. And it's just interesting to me that there's been a lot of that kind of shit. Nike's letting a lot of that shit slide.
Oh.
Even
yeah.
and I'm all for people being able to do whatever the fuck they want with no censorship. I think that shit is dope.
Yeah.
But I'm also intrigued by the message being sent on certain levels.
Yeah.
But what the fuck did Clark's Friends and Family Forces that he did? They're like a almost yellowy white. You know what I'm saying? It's that real off-white with the pony hair,
Yeah,
and
there's
on the
a
back it says "Got that
pearlescent.
white."
Oh, shit.
But that shit is ill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's funny that these kids are going crazy for it. And they're
Right,
like,
for something they
it's
don't
no
really
idea. You know what I mean? They
understand.
don't know
Yeah.
what the
Stuff,
fuck.
man. It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, for the Nike exec to, it's like a fine line with
It
that.
is.
You know, like that's a personal thing with him. Like, yeah, you understand what it means, but this kid just, he likes the product.
Yeah.
He doesn't really know what the shit
Yeah,
means.
that
and
product.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
But it's funny to see a craze and to see all this stuff kind of go around something like that where people don't know the true meaning, the true definition of it all, and
Yeah.
for the youth to just be so adamant about having it or getting it and flipping it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, when is that gonna cap? Like that,
I don't
that's
know,
my
man.
thing now. Where it's like, what can you like? What's next? Like, how high is it gonna go before? Because eventually you're gonna hit the ceiling or the floor is gonna fall out. Like, something is going to happen where it's like nobody's gonna give a fuck anymore, and not necessarily like fall out of the culture, but there is gonna be a changing of the guard.
No, the
and
people who
something-
don't care about it for like the deep reasons that like, let's per se, you and I care about
Right.
it, will just lose interest in like the whole hype.
That's what I'm
chasing
saying.
and
Like,
all that
when
kind
is
of
the
stuff.
when
That's
is the
me
hype
right now.
bubble
I've
gonna
lost
pop?
interest because there's always
Yeah.
something every day, and
It's
I
only
just
growing now.
it's only
though.
growing. I mean,
Yeah.
even like for Jordans, there's like he ate a steak on a Tuesday, so there's like Tuesday steak Jordans or something, like, you know what I mean? Just a
Hey.
Jordan every day.
I wouldn't be
that's
surprised if them
Tuesday
shits
steak.
pop
That's a
up
real
like
shoe?
in 2018.
No.
Oh, I thought you said that's a real shoe. I was like,
Yeah, I got those.
oh, you got those? It's in one of these things.
You don't have
right?
the Tuesday steaks?
Right here.
Nah,
Fuck. Damn it.
My
I lost my
bad.
whole train of
I'm
thought.
so sorry.
It's all good, bro.
But there's always something, you know.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
and
I was
can't
gonna
keep
say
up.
that. I mean, this shit is going. A reseller just got a shoe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like that's
really?
the fucking round two.
Oh, yeah,
Sean,
that
like,
shit's
that,
nuts.
that,
That's
think
a really
about
crazy
that.
thing to
think
about.
about.
That's
Yeah.
never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a
I
Fight
mean,
Club.
he didn't get it.
shoe.
Well, he got it. 'cause
I
he
mean,
was a-
I get it.
but-
He didn't get it because he's a reseller.
But yeah,
but
yeah.
In
But
the end, he
in
kind
the
of did because
grand
it was
scheme
a
of things.
popularity
Air
contest.
Max.
Exactly. It was
He
a fucking
able to get
popularity
People
contest.
to get down
Yep.
with him because he had a
Yeah.
fan base.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
hate online.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's,
Like
you know,
that shit is crazy. Like that
Mm-hmm.
reseller is a 4-letter word on a Nike campus. You know what I mean? Like that is
Yeah.
the furthest thing that they want from anybody to be there. Like,
Yeah.
That's your people get fired instantly for even like selling some old shit that they got before they were a Nike employee.
Right.
Like just you can't do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
It's these influencers.
So it's
yeah,
still
man,
going.
they're
Like just to
gonna-
say the influence is there. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna continue to grow and grow.
Man, it's It just it's heartbreaking because people like us who genuinely have an appreciation, have been in the game for a while, and really have like grown with it, seeing it now like from the inside perspective, but also still trying to have an outside consumer perspective and like be appreciative of it. It's hard to get excited about anything, and it's hard
Yeah.
to really want to be a part of it because you know that there's very small chance, unless you have a plug, that you're gonna get something you really want.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, like the people that are going to get it are just gonna flip it.
Yeah.
And it just like,
that's the shit part.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now I've just gotten to the point where like I wear Vapor Maxes and just like regular fucking running shoes because one, they're comfortable, but two, is like there's not a lot of hype around it. You know, Vapor Max is pretty hyped, I won't say that, but it's just so hard to be passionate about it the same way I was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that, I feel like around that time was when it really started to kind of like just go way too fast,
Yeah.
go up way too fast. And I think Off-White has definitely contributed to that with that 10
Yeah.
collection and just the fucking craze around that. But I would have
Another
liked
10?
to see, that's what I'm saying, I would have liked to see
Another
them.
10.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them give him a line or do a collection of like
I would like to
other
see him
pieces.
create a whole new thing, not
Exactly,
just, you know,
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
I could redo this Jordan. The hardest part is done. This is a beautiful shoe. I
Yeah.
mean,
He
anybody
literally
can-
did what we would do in elementary school, sitting in class drawing on shoes. Like,
Yeah.
he just like, oh, I'll just fucking, I'll write on the side. Like, we'll just leave this
Yeah.
open. Just put a check here instead of there. Like,
Yeah,
that, I
exactly.
mean, not
Make it
discrediting his
bigger.
craft whatsoever. Please
Yeah.
don't take it that way. But I would like to see, like you said, like,
Yeah.
give us a new silhouette. Give us
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that is a brain, like your brainchild that you can give to the consumers that you say, hey, this is my piece,
Yeah.
this is my creation, I would like you to have this. And I
And
think
again, let
Nike
these
misstepped.
live.
Yeah.
Let these 10 live
Let
because
it
they
breathe,
are
yeah.
Yeah.
very unique and have
Yeah.
its.
You're doing another 90.
I'm not mad at all the
Yeah, that
hype. Like some
one's
of them are
cool.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
Those 97s are crazy.
The Presto is funny. I talked about this last week too. Somebody told me the Prestos, like seeing them in person, looked like somebody ran over them shits with a lawnmower. I was like, yo, that's fucked.
I think he just sees them. Was like, put a zip tie here, do this, blah blah. You're good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right?
Creative meeting done.
Done.
Creative meeting done.
Done.
Yeah.
Zip ties, man.
What how much time do we have?
High fashion accessory.
16
cool.
minutes. Oh, you in a time crunch? You got somewhere to go?
No,
You
I
got
had
calls
something
to
that's not
make?
on the list that I
No, it's
wanted to
like
talk
this.
about.
No, we get to the last thing, and the last one I got on my list, and then we get to yours, is which I think is something that's very cool, and I'm really happy to see them doing this. Adidas is doing a 24-hour Instagram story custom Ultra Boost giveaway.
I wanted to start.
That
Like,
was a
I
lot of
didn't want to
words.
skip all the way to your last topic, but John, when you were saying earlier how like the consumer is driving the demand, or like what is actually being released and stuff.
This is a
huge
testament to
example
it.
of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Adidas is taking the advantage of Instagram's new voting feature taking advantage of Instagram's new voting feature by giving users the opportunity to vote between options on various aspects of the Ultra Boost, such as the cage, heel, prime knit upper, and more.
There you go.
The final winning design will be created, and 50 pairs will be given out to lucky participants. Excuse me. There are other things that they have to do to actually be a part of the drawing. But I think this is a great way to really give like the consumer the power to do something that they
Right,
want.
right,
On a silhouette like the Ultra Boost, which is one of my favorite silhouettes
Yeah, it's a really
in the
cool
past. Like,
shoe.
it's
Yeah.
a dope shoe. It's very wearable. It's super comfortable.
Yeah.
I think this is smart. This is a good way to utilize your social media to get engagement and interaction from your consumers to really see like what it is that they want, because that's something we've talked about on many episodes where, like, I'll use Jordan Brand as an example. We've complained so much about materials and designs and like you're just doing the same shit over and over, but it doesn't feel like they're listening to us.
Right.
This, you actually like, okay, we're gonna give you the option, like the numbers will be there. So once that happens, we're gonna make this and this is yours. Like I definitely think that this is something dope, and
That's sick.
I hope to see
Cool way to
more
get
things like
involved.
this.
Yeah, maybe it'll spark it, to keep them doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to feel like they give a fuck about us.
Yeah.
They give a fuck enough to take our money. Like at least listen to our votes or our
You want them
voices.
to want you.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I want you to want
too
me
much?
as much as I want you.
I'm intrigued by this whole thing.
I want you to walk.
You think this will spark other brands to kind of follow similar footsteps?
Yeah, if it's successful, which I'm sure it will be, then other brands will
absolutely.
follow, and
Yeah.
that's a very good thing to.
Yeah, it's wild for Instagram too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. They're
involved.
utilizing something on. Yeah, so with the stories, you can choose one or the other with the voting poll, and it'll straight up say like 58% this, 58, 40, whatever percent that, and
Can you only vote once?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just one from one account. You're gonna vote
Okay.
once, and it only lasts 24 hours. So after that's up and it's done, those are the colors and the options that they'll be doing.
You said only 50 pairs?
Only 50 pairs will be made, and they'll be given away. They
That's
won't
the
be.
start though.
I think that
right?
This will be this might change things up quite a
Yeah,
bit.
because it's better than like the My Adidas or Nike ID, where it's like, okay, I can make this my own, and that's all cool.
No,
Like I
this is a
love doing
communal
that.
vote.
This
This is kinda dope.
This is where it's like the community has the voice, and I definitely
Shout out to
feel
Adidas
like.
for that.
Yeah,
for real.
Adidas has
Cool
been
thing.
on the cutting edge for the past couple years, man. They really make sure that they do things properly. Shout out to Wex. I saw him on a podcast I was watching earlier today. Like he was definitely talking about a lot of the things that they have in the works, like the Futurecraft 4D and all that stuff. Like they're really making sure that they keep this lead that they have, and they really want to like propel and not just do the same stuff over and over. Because we've been talking about that too. Like NMDs, like the hype for NMDs isn't really around anymore.
No.
It's just kind of like PKs will sit on the shelves, whereas before it's like you were waiting in line to get a prime knit NMD.
Yeah, they're trying to roll the momentum of the Boost innovation.
Yeah.
Because now they have like a new technology where like that was Nike shit for ever. It's like we're
Yeah.
the
They
most
were the most-
technical,
yeah.
we're the coolest stuff. Now they have something they can go with, so they're running with it big time.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see the Futurecraft stuff too, like the 3D printed stuff, all the
Yeah.
like that stuff will be really dope.
Those look clean.
Yeah.
They've gotten so much better at making their toe box shape. Adidas in general.
Yeah, shout out to Adidas, man. I'm definitely on that. I mean, obviously, I'm a Vapor Max fan as well, but other than this, I really do rock the Boost. And we have our little debates back and forth, me and Dano, because he is Air Max 1 to the death.
But that's the cool thing, though. Like, it's weird because people treat like us normal people like we're signed to Adidas or Nike. Like, I can't wear something else. Like, they're not paying me nothing. I wake up one morning, I feel like wearing Vans. I wake up the next morning, I feel like wearing Vapor Max.
I almost bought a pair of Vans today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never
they
in a
don't
million
understand how
years
weird
would I
that
felt
sounds.
like.
What's the backstory with that? What's the backstory with that?
I haven't
don't like
worn a
Vans.
pair of Vans since I was like a kid.
Yeah, I've never seen him in Vans in my life.
Like Vans slip-ons or something like when I was a kid. I
Yeah,
have
don't
not
do the
been into
slip-ons.
that.
Yeah, just pass that.
Just
get
vulcanized soles. that whole thing, I just got out of that.
Yeah,
yeah, I like Vans. You know, you can mess them up, whatever.
yeah, and that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah.
We had a debate a couple episodes ago, like if you could wear Vans or Jordans for the rest of your life, what would you choose? And I chose Vans, like because
Vans.
because this thing, I have long, skinny feet. I
didn't
wear
say
size
yeah,
14. My feet look gnarly. But back in the day, I could wear J's because we were wearing like Rockaware jeans and FUBU, and like our shit was way baggier, so it sat right on the shoe.
Yeah.
Whereas now everything's a lot more slim, a lot sleeker.
Dude, yeah, I used to wear 11 and a half, and I wear 10.
Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
what I was doing.
You have a bunch of old 11 and a
What?
half stuff?
I do, man.
Danny just got said he's an 11.
Well, no, I
No,
don't.
he's not. He's a 12 now.
I
His shit's
don't.
growing the
11
wrong
and a
way.
half?
Yeah, but those are like
Yeah, these are slim.
slim.
Yeah. No, my house got broken into, and somebody stole all my Jordans.
Do you want to get a reaction shot?
I was about to say
Let's get that.
his face. When was this?
This was in like, I think 2007, 2008 or something.
Ah, cool. It wasn't me.
Yeah, that was you, yeah. But nah, yeah, man. I used to buy 3 of every pair, one to hoop in, one just to wear, and one just to on the style. And yeah, man. One day our house just got robbed, and they took everything.
Oh.
Man. Yeah, I would have had one of
damn
the
it,
coldest
dude.
collections right now, honestly.
Can you stop bringing people on with these stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
It's
man.
terrible.
People
Yeah.
have these fucking horror stories. That's
That's. I feel like
That's a
the
fucking
two
nightmare.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
2 nightmares would be house fire or home invasion.
Yeah.
Those
We
are like the
even-
2.
Freshman year, we got held at gunpoint for our Jordans too. We were walking home from school. I grew up in West Covina. We were walking home, and we had the Jordans on and everything. And we were walking, and this white, I think it was a Jetta, like they were like, hey, what's up, whatever. We thought we knew them, whatever. Then they came back, and these dudes came out the car straight up with guns. And we had this homie named Gary. He was a cholo, but he was 6'7". So I was like, man, you got to be squad. You got to play ball with us. So I was transitioning him from being a cholo to a basketball player. So he was still kind of hard,
He
you
was
know?
like,
But
yeah.
he was the first one to run. When they had a gun out, he
Damn,
just
Gary?
he just-
6'7",
Gary-
that-
yeah. So he took off,
The
and they
instincts kicked in.
just took off our J's, whatever. And we had a homie named Andy too, and this was the whole funniest thing of this whole thing was he wasn't wearing Jordans. I don't know what he had on. So then he started taking his thing off. They're like, "You can leave your shit on. We don't want it." And that was the funniest thing of the whole thing, man. I still, up to this day, we see him. We make fun of him for that. Shout out to Egghead Andy. But yeah, man, that happened, and then yeah, down the line, my whole collection got stolen.
Oh,
man.
man.
That's terrible, dude.
It was you right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Shout out to Andy.
Crying Jordan is on the scene.
Yes.
buddy.
Jack was on point with that one.
Good job, Jack.
Shout out to Jack.
Man, we got a few minutes left. John, what was it you wanted to get into?
I have 2 things, but one, we can make this really quick though.
yeah.
Cool, cool.
We have the Pigeon Dunks, the new
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Which
Black
camera can he get close to with these shoes?
Ali's probably his camera. You'll be able to see it.
Yeah, right in front of your face.
Hell yeah. Right in front of your face.
Dude, the materials are awesome.
Yeah.
And dude,
It's
remember we were making
Vortex.
fun of this shit last time. Look, it's just in black. The Nike shit.
I
We were
wasn't
like,
making
why the
fun
hell?
of it.
Yeah, I thought we all hated that. There's just a
No.
swoosh.
I said it was a.
I didn't like just the swoosh.
It was like a homage to the OG, but yeah.
These are clean.
Yeah. I mean,
The leather's nicer than I thought it was gonna be.
Dude,
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it because I'm an OG, like SB head. The pink box brings back memories.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely makes me feel good. Once we did get the story of it too, because I did see Jeff Staple put that on his
posted the
Instagram.
story.
Like he talked about, the reasoning behind it. So I appreciate it for sure.
Brian, you know you got these, right?
What?
The super limited ones?
No.
What
With
does that say?
this engraved on the side?
Well, God fucking damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks, Jeff.
These were
Look at
only
that.
for people who lined up in New York, like the first couple people.
Nice.
Or John Colombo.
there you go.
Let me see. What's this shit say?
It's the original date of release, and then
dates?
this.
Oh,
Shit, got the
okay.
goddamn laser.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
hard.
Fucking A.
Well, if
Super
you
hard.
did,
Know it.
if you had your sunglasses off, you would have
Yeah,
been able
exactly.
to see that.
That's what I'm here for,
I
John.
think they're awesome. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's really dope.
Yeah, these are really.
I
sick.
do appreciate, like he said, they brought back the OG pink box. They,
Yeah, I got so sad when he broke it out.
Kinda
Yeah.
reminds me of,
Because
like,
I never
when
had a
they
pink box.
released the
I came
shadows.
too late.
Oh, yeah.
Shadows were
My
such good
first,
quality.
my B-boy
Yeah.
packs
Yeah.
were
And
purple
these
and
are
black
really
box.
good.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
in there. LES 02-2205.
Dude, that's
11
hardcore.
of 717.
Whole
Yeah.
nother level.
Yeah, this is ill.
I
And
think
this
they
was
only did
the
30 pairs of those with the fucking laser.
well,
I think that's true.
Oh,
31.
shit.
And this is the first time that they brought back the OG puffy tongue on the slim down, like
Yeah.
shot wear version of it too. So that, like, everything bringing it together, it is a very dope shoe. I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
don't have
really
it. I
like-
have this in there. This little.
oh, and they got the
Achilles
like the
pillars.
heel, yeah, the heel bubbles. Like getting it in hand and being able to see it. I'm actually very like stoked to get a pair for myself.
Same
These
here.
are
Yeah.
these are dope.
Yeah,
For
really
sure.
good
Shout out to
quality.
Jeff Staple. Shout out to everything that they're doing over there at Staple,
Seriously.
and like
Mad love.
that's a hard flex right there.
How many minutes?
Got 5
All right, cool.
minutes.
That's
Oh, we got
perfect.
good time.
All right, so I had something. When you and I first spoke, we talked about the whole IKEA craze
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
So one of the more notable pieces that I've seen from Norwood is the IKEA hoodie.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that you did, and I talked to you a lot about that because
Yeah.
that had come up here on the show. We had, that just popped off crazy, as
Yeah.
I'm sure you fucking know.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to hear. You told me a lot of shit. I don't know how much of that shit you're able to say here.
Yeah, I'll say
But tell that story and kind of talk about that because I actually put it out there that like maybe it was a play from IKEA to like do some shit in the streetwear world and pay a bunch of people like Shoe Surgeon and this one and the guy in
Yeah.
Japan who does the mask and all these people to kind of like get on it, and it started a little craze because there was the Meish one and the fucking, you know what I mean? Like it was all these shit. There was a lot of sneakers that got done.
We were the
up tempos. There was a bunch of them.
We were the first ones to do that. We before Balenciaga made that bag, I always had that blue bag. Me, Sona, my production manager, Hurricane, whatever, we move it around, whatever, always had that bag. So one day I hit up Sona and was just like, I'm gonna turn this bag into a hoodie. And she was just like, nah, well, Sona's always like, nah, don't do this, nah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it, So I was working with this dude, whatever, we deconstructed, I took off the handles, whatever, turned this thing into a hoodie. It looked super dope. It was just kind of sitting there, whatever, we put it on the website, no movement, nothing, and then Balenciaga made that bag. And then all of a sudden this
You just got
thing just
mad
started
orders.
popping off, and then I was actually in Dubai. And I was sitting in Shake Shack, and then I
In
think.
Dubai.
Wait.
Yeah.
You went to Dubai
Shake
and went to a
Shack?
motherfucking Shake Shack?
Yeah, I've never been to Shake Shack, but that was the first place I ever went. But I was sitting there, and I think Sona hit me up and was like, "Yo, you're on High Snob, you're on GQ, you're on this and that."
Get the fuck
And
outta
it just blew up, and like our sales just started going crazy and stuff. And then from there, all these other people started doing it, like the shoe surgeon, and then even that girl with the mask and everything. But nobody was like really giving me the thing, like, you created this, you know
Right.
what I mean? And then I saw like Virgil's doing the whole IKEA thing and all that stuff, and I was just like, man, I wish somebody would, like, I really started the IKEA thing.
Damn.
I mean, I think there was somebody before me, back in the day, some guy, I think he made a bucket hat or something. But this whole wave, what
God,
happened?
that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. This
'Cause
whole
those
wave
bags are.
of the IKEA thing right now was us. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're the ones that started it. And
That's
still,
lit, because
yeah.
that for it to pop, for you to come up with this, like have the ideation for something like that before this whole shit cracked,
Yeah.
and then not really get, like, that would be kind of like a blow to the ego a little bit.
Yeah, the reason we got on some of those blogs is I think it was High Snob, dude. I hit him up and gave him a little bit of Ice Cube when he wanted his money from Jerry, and just Kanye West. I was like, what I created this. How dare you put somebody else on this blog, this and that. And then the next day, all these blogs were just like, bam, 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 bam. But the whole play for this is like every kid wants to make a clothing line nowadays. It's very expensive, man, to make patterns, to find material, to do all these things. It's a very expensive thing, man. This is a 99-cent bag. I turned a 99-cent bag into a lot of money. So the answers are more closer than what you think. It doesn't have to be like everybody's trying to create Off-White. Everybody's trying to create Fear of God. Like, yo, they've done that. Let it go. You have to create a new wave. You know what I mean? And I'll get messages every now and then from people like, man, you're whack. You created the Ikea stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm paying my bills.
Yeah, what have you created?
You know, we create things to live life and, you know, be able to help our families and stuff.
Absolutely.
But nowadays with this whole thing is like people want you to be successful, but even how they want
How they want it.
they want it. And it's like, nah, it's not cool. So that's the whole thing. I hope the youth can be like, you know, you can look closer to things and maybe make a lot of money. I don't know.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That was definitely our fucking like our clip for tomorrow. That was
100%.
That was beautiful, man. You're absolutely right with everything you just said too. Like there's no point in trying to chase the top of the food chain. Like
it's already been
start
done,
with what's
man.
close to you and really make it happen.
Well said.
Hell yeah. All right, man, we got to get out of here.
Cool.
Our time has come. Please let the listeners and the viewers know where they can find you online.
Instagram, Ollie St. Q. That's all I got.
What about you? Ain't got a website for you?
Oh yeah. It's my personal thing. NorwoodChapters.com. You can find some of our clothing over there. Yeah.
Most definitely. Please go support this humble
dope.
gentleman. Like, he started a craze unknowingly. Finally got his credit. Norwood, 7 months in. Definitely be on the lookout for that. Ali, thank you for coming in and joining us, man. We really appreciate this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
It was definitely a beautiful thing. For John Colombo, for my man Dano, and Ali St. Q, I'm Jesus Christ. We will see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Hurricane!